Hey guys, it's me, Tamika, aka Skinny Girl in my VSG body, and I'm back with another video. I told you I was gonna come back, right? Actually, it's the same day that I made the last video, same outfit, same. Listen, as long as y'all getting the video, that's just it, right? If you have not subscribed to my Instagram, it is Skinny Girl in my VSG body, the same as my YouTube channel. And so this video, I might get a little emotional because it is a little emotional. So this is my birth story. So I have no notes. I'm just freestyling right now. So if you see me looking down, it's just that I'm trying to remember some things, right? So y'all know when the last time y'all saw me, I had two jobs, right? I had my full-time job, which is in the healthcare field, and then I had my part-time job, which was I'm gonna say it's like in marketing. It was in marketing. And so my due date wasn't until February the 9th, and I'm still thinking that I got enough time, whatever. So I'm still working my part-time job all the way up until, you know, it's time for me to go to deliver. So it was a Saturday, January the 26th, 2019, and I went to my part-time job. Everything was normal. Before I even went to my part-time job, in my mind, I had already had some things set out. I say, all right, today's going to be the day where I actually pack our bags. I'm going to wash, you know, his clothes, wash some of my clothes that came in the mail. I'm just going to make sure that everything is nice and organized, because at this point, we don't know what's going to happen, right? Okay, so I go to work, and I'm probably maybe about let's see, I got off I think about maybe like 1 or 2. I can't remember what time I actually got off work, but around 12 o'clock, I believe, this is what started to happen. So yeah, so I'm texting my family, I'm texting my friends. Yeah, I think I'm having some Braxton Hicks, you know, feeling a little pressure, you know, nothing too hard that I can't get through. You know, I go to the bathroom, I'm drinking water. I am just thinking like, okay, these are just fake contractions, because I've known many women that have given birth and they've all had Braxton Hicks. Because mind you, I haven't had no Braxton Hicks up until this point. Like, I've had no discomfort. The only discomfort that I have felt was when he was kind of like trying to position himself and to get into position. Now mind you, because I was only starting when you only have 4 more weeks left, you go to the doctor every week. So that Friday, and because of my age and my high risk status, I had to get a stress test every time that I went to the doctor. And so I got my stress test done. Everything was perfect. You know, the results came back. He's fine. He's in go position. Great. See you next week, Tamika. All right, I'll see you next week. Like I said, here it is Saturday. My mind, I'm going home to get our bags together and all this other stuff, and then these pains started to come, and your girl couldn't breathe. So, you know, I'm telling my family like, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna go home. At this point it's past lunchtime, so I haven't eaten anything. I'm like, I'm gonna order me a cheesesteak and fries, and I'm gonna go home, eat, and I'm gonna lay down for a little bit, and then, you know, hopefully I can sleep off this pain. Hey guys, it's me. Tamika, aka Skinny Girl in my VSG body, which you all just bear witness was a contraction or Braxton Hicks. I am leaving my part-time job, heading home. I had errands I had to run today and stuff I need to do, but right now my main concern is to get home, get something to eat because I'm hungry. I know, who can eat at a time like this? And just rest. I'm just gonna rest for the rest of the day and just count these contractions. Today I am, according to my records, I'm 38 weeks today. So technically, Tegan is full term, like we've already discussed already. You know, you can come anywhere between now and the next 2 weeks. So yeah, I haven't really alarmed all the troops yet. Some of them know. So I'm definitely going to get something to eat. I'm going to walk around. And I'm going to make sure that me and baby boy are comfortable for right now. Because it's too early in the game to be trying to go to somebody's hospital. So I already know all of that. The top of my stomach is, you know, from my birthing class that I took. She let me know what a contraction is. So this is early labor pretty much, probably. We don't know. But just wanted to just come on camera real quick. Just to give a live reaction of what's going on. And, you know, I know people probably like, why are you driving? Well, this didn't happen probably until about like an hour right before it was time for me to get off my part-time job. You know, it just feels like right now, it feels like period cramps, and it feels like if I had to boo-boo real bad, and like I have to boo-boo. That's what it feels like. So yeah. And so at the time my roommate was in school, so she was just like, well, you know what, I'll be on standby, I'm gonna stay home, do some homework or whatever. So you just kind of just like, you know, let me know how you feel. If you need me to do anything or whatever, let me know. All right, cool. So as I'm waiting on my cheesesteak and everything, these pains are still coming through where I can't hardly breathe, and I'm just like, okay. So I take my food home, and so as soon as I get in the door, my roommate is like, so how you feeling? And I was just like, not good, sis, not good. I was like, not good. So she was like, okay, well, you know, do you need me to do anything or whatever? So I was just like, no, I'm gonna try to go eat something, lay down, whatever. So she was like, all right, just, you know, keep your door open, let me know if you need anything. Great. I go in my room, leave the door open, and like I literally can't like get comfortable. Like it's like I can't get comfortable. I'm trying to lay on my side, I'm trying to like lay on my back, I'm trying to sit up, I'm trying to drink. Like at this point, the cheesesteak and french fries, it smells, it hurts my stomach. Like it's definitely like non-existent at this particular point in time. I didn't even touch it, I didn't even open it or nothing. And so now at this particular point in time, I had downloaded a contraction app, and so I was like, well, let me just time the contractions based on how I think it's supposed to work, but we'll see. So as I'm doing it, it's like saying that these pains, I'm gonna say, because again, I've never given birth, so I don't know what the contractions are supposed to feel like. All I know is that I can't, like, I I'm not getting any relief is the best way I can put it. So like starting the timer when they start, I'm stopping the timer when they end, I'm starting the timer when they begin. Now mind you, I've had plenty of friends, plenty of cousins, plenty of people that I know that have had babies, and this isn't going like how anybody else's is. Like normally I've seen where people have like started going into labor and they be in labor for a long time. Like it's just sometimes people be in labor for days, right? So I'm just thinking like maybe these are just some Braxton Hicks or whatever, so let me just make sure I time it. So then I was just like, you know what, just to be on the safe side, and let me see if the doctor wants me to come in. You know, they always say call the nurse line first, just to make sure that, you know, that you're not in any false labor, that you don't need to wait or anything like that. So fine, I called the advice line, and so I'm talking to the nurse, and she's like, well, how far are your contractions? So I'm like, they're like they're like a minute apart, like 40 seconds if I'm like 40 seconds long, and like a minute apart if I'm counting them correctly. So she said, and when did all this started? I was like, about maybe like noon. Mind you, it's probably like about maybe 3 o'clock now, right? So she's like, okay. So she was just like, well, let me get all your information, and then, like, you know, while we're talking, if you happen to have any contractions or whatever, let me know and I'll time it from my end. Cool. So as we're talking, I'm letting her know each time I feel the pain and when I get relief, and when I feel the pain and when I get the relief. And it's the same thing as what I'm coming up with. Like anywhere between 30 to 40 seconds is how long they're lasting, and they're coming like every minute, like back to back. Like I'm not getting no kind of relief. So she said, okay, I'm gonna give you a call back in about 20 minutes. Let me see if the doctor wants you to come in. Cool. So by this time, you know, I'm telling my roommate what's going on. So she was like, well, what you need me to do? Whatever. I was like, you know what? Could you just, you know, there's a basket in his room. Do you mind taking those and washing those clothes for me? Washing and drying those clothes for me. So that way we could just put them in the bag. So I'm kind of telling her like what to put in the bag. Like grab, you know, onesies and socks. Like I'm just telling her what to put in the bag as, you know, we're going through the. So she's like, all right, cool, fine. So we're waiting on the nurse to call back. The nurse isn't calling back, y'all. She is definitely not calling back. So at this point, my bag was semi-packed already. I had like my PJs in there, my, you know, my undergarments, some things that I knew, like I already had like my little toiletry bag in there and everything. So I really didn't have to get a lot of things together with my bag. It was mostly his bag that I wanted to get together and stuff. So, you know, we need to, you know, some blankets, just some things that will be familiar for him for when he comes home. I mean, for when he comes and deliver, just in case if this was the time to go. So at this point in time, when I say I am in, like, now I'm moved to the living room and I'm on the floor on my knees, kind of in like a hunched over position. So I'm moving from the couch to the floor, from the floor to the couch, just trying to get some relief and get position. I still hadn't heard nothing back from her in this time. So I'm gonna say that this was maybe about maybe I'm gonna say about 6:30, and I just looked over at my roommate and I was just like, you know what, I can't sit here any longer. I gotta see what's going on. So she was just like, okay, so what does this mean? Like, we going, like, yeah, let's get the bags, you know, let's, you know, I got my slides on, like I'm coming to get my coat, like let's go on to the hospital now. The worst thing that they can do is send me back home, right? All right, cool. So I'm just texting everybody, you know, I'm telling my cousins like, hey y'all, I'm on my way to the hospital. I think I'm having some Braxton Hicks. I'm just gonna get checked out and see how everything is coming. So my one cousin was like, okay, well, I'm doing some hair. So, you know, as soon as we get done, you know, with this hair, we coming straight to Maryland. Mind you, they live in Delaware. I text his dad, Tegan's dad, and I'm like, hey, I'm on my way to the hospital, just gonna get checked out, see how everything is going. He's also in Delaware. I text my one friend Monica who lives here, and I'm like, hey girl, so you know, I'm not feeling too good, I'm heading on to the hospital, you know, I want to keep you posted. So she was like, so do you want me to come up there? And I was just like, you know what, yeah, come on up here. So she was like, all right, I'm about to get dressed, I'm gonna come up there. I was like, yeah, because then you can give my other friend some kind of relief, because she's low-key panicking. I can see the panic all over her face, right? Because we've already talked about this day and how it was going to go, and when I say it didn't go as planned, as yeah. So I'm trying to remain calm as possible, and anybody that lives in the DMV area knows that one of our main roads, or one of our main expressways, is 495, and 495 on a Saturday evening could look crazy, but for whatever reason, it was smooth sailing. First of all, when we get downstairs, my roommate forgot her keys to her car. Good thing I still had the keys to the house, because that's how she was able to get back in the house to get the keys. Whole nother funny story. It's like so many like little different funny stories within this story. So you know, at this particular point in time, we get to the hospital. Now the hospital that I deliver is also the same hospital where I had my vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which is Holy Cross Hospital in Silver Spring, Maryland. So from my house to the hospital, literally straight shot is like a clear 20 minutes, right? So we ended up getting to the hospital about maybe 7:20. So anytime that you're in labor, you know, I had already went to the tour of the hospital, and they had already informed us, like, you know, whenever that you're in labor, just tell the person at the front desk, because you have to tell them what's going on, because this hospital is really strict where you have to sign in and everything. So they were like, just let them know that you're going to, I believe it's the 2nd or 3rd floor, I can't remember, and just let them know that you're in labor. You know, whoever's bringing you, they need to put you in a wheelchair and wheel you on up. They can leave their car in the front, whatever. So we get there, we do all that, and so we're in the front. And so at this point in time, the pains are getting harder, and the pains are, I'm still not getting no relief. That's the crazy thing. So I'm like, damn, when am I going to be able to get some relief here? So I had already registered for the hospital, and so I started getting upset with the girl, well, with the nurse, because I'm like, ma'am, y'all already had me registered months ago. Like, ma'am, y'all already had me registered like months ago. Why do I have to re-register, refill out this paperwork, give you my insurance card, my insurance information? Y'all already have this on file. I need somebody to take me to the back and check what's going on down here, because it doesn't feel normal. So like, you know, so after I finished filling out the information and getting smart with the girl, I apologize, sis. It was the hormones. So you know, they tell my friend to wheel me behind like a line, and then they'll open the door and let me come back once that the nurse comes. So I'm like, so I'm telling my friend, like, signature girl, what I need you to do is wheel me to the door. She was like, no, I can't wheel you to the door, because they said that you have to be behind this line. I said, sis, I don't care what they say. I need that nurse back there to see my face and see that I need to go back there right now. I can't sit here. So no sooner than I finished that, and it seemed like it took forever, but I'm pretty sure it was only like a minute or two. You know, the nurse wheels me back, and you know, she was like, okay, you know, Miss Johnson, you know, we need you to take your clothes off, and you know, you're gonna put this robe on. And she's asking me all these questions and stuff, and I'm like, you know, this is what I'm going through. So she's now asking me, is my water broke? No, I don't think my water broke. Okay, have you had any bleeding? No, no bleeding. You know, so she's asking about the contractions and stuff like that, and I'm just still kind of talking to her, trying to breathe, like, you know, because during the contractions now, I'm like holding my breath at this particular point in time, because like I legit can't catch a break. Like, I can't catch a break. So I'm like, you know, after a while, after me drinking all that water, because again, my throat is getting dry, I'm getting hot, I'm like, you know, I gotta use the bathroom. So she was like, you know, mind you, at this point she had already had me hooked up to a monitor. Heart rate is fine, you know. Sometimes, well, I'm gonna have to do some throwback videos but y'all should know from, I don't know if I discussed it or not, but I'm gonna put some throwback videos up. But my son was very stubborn when it came to finding him on sonograms, finding his heart rate. So I'm like, yeah, he's real stubborn. Like, so when you find his heart rate, sometimes you have to like move me to my side, or you have to lift my fupa up. Like I'm trying to coach her. I'm like, yeah, normally he's on the left side, so you might want to check the left side underneath of my fupa. I'll hold my stomach up. Fine, we finally find it. But then when we finally find it, guess what? I gotta go pee. So she was like, you know what? Yes, go pee, because I need to get a urine sample from you anyway. So I was like, okay, great. So you know, as I'm getting up off the table, I'm like, oh, I'm bleeding a little bit down there. So she was just like, okay. So she was like, okay, maybe your water did break. So she was like, just go to the bathroom and then come back and I will have you checked. At this particular time, as I am going to the bathroom, my friend Monica now is coming, and because you can only have one person in the back in the triage with you. So my friend Sanitra was just like, cool, I'm relieved, I'm just gonna go sit out here. And this whole time I'm telling them, okay, y'all, I need y'all to stay abreast with my family, keep them updated, just let them know, whatever. And then my family is also letting Tegan's dad know what's going on too. So so my family is like, okay, well, we on our way. Now mind you, Delaware is about maybe like an hour and a half away. So they're like, everybody in their mind is thinking, oh, we got time. We got time. Oh, if this baby come, everybody gonna be there. We got time, right? So as I'm coming back, you know, my friend Monica is there now, whatever. So, you know, so she's trying to, you know, after I go to the bathroom again, I'm bleeding, trail of blood. I'm sorry for the graphic, but trail of blood is like drops of blood are like following me from the bathroom. And I'm, you know, I get back on the stretcher, on, you know, the little small beds or whatever. So, you know, my friend Monica, and I'm like, Monica, I can't, I was like, I'm thirsty, I can't breathe. Like, so she's like telling me like coaching me how to breathe through my contractions, because at this point I'm just holding my breath. Like, I'm just like, and she's like, breathe. So she's trying to breathe, like she's trying to coach me how to breathe. She's trying to give me something to drink, and on top of that she's trying to fan me because now I'm just hot. So the nurse is now still trying to put me back on the monitor so that she can check the baby's heart rate. So she's fidgeting around with the monitor, and again I'm like, you already know what I said earlier, he's real, he don't like this kind of stuff. He don't like to be touched. You know, he's probably over here, whatever. So she, you know, so she's trying to get it. So she wasn't able to find his heart rate. So she was like, okay, well, let me try to get another nurse in here to see, you know, if a nurse can help me. So I was just like, okay. Again, I'm concentrating on me trying to get through these contractions now that I know that that's what they were. And I was so dehydrated and thirsty and sweating at the same time. Like, I can multitask, but that kind of multitasking, yeah, sis wasn't built for that, okay? So so the other nurse comes in. She too is starting to fidget and trying to move the little heart monitor around and trying to figure out what's going on. They can find Tika's heart rate. So at this particular point in time, again, they can't find it. So in my mind, I'm not thinking anything is wrong because he's stubborn. Like, I had to go to specialists. I had to, you know, like, he would kick the monitor when I was like getting my stress test done every week. Like, so it was like, to me, it was nothing wrong going on. All I know is that these contractions was hurting. So she was like, let me call, you know, the doctor in. So the doctor comes in and she's like, hi, you know, I'm Dr. God, I forgot her name. And she was like, you know, I'm gonna, you know, be trying to help out and see what's going on and make sure that you're okay and the baby's healthy. Okay, fine. Again, I'm focusing on Monica, who's trying to tell me to breathe, drink this water, and fan me at the same time. And so so she was like, God, I can't find you on the monitor. So she was like, you know what? She told the nurse, bring in the sonogram machine. So they bring the sonogram machine in, and again, I'm not thinking nothing's wrong because any other time that I've been checked, you know, with my regular OBGYN, sometimes we do have to use the sonogram machine again, because he is like so far down, like below. He is trying to not be seen or heard or whatever on these machines. So she's, you know, puts the stuff, I can't even think, the cold stuff, the jelly stuff on my stomach, and she's moving around and she's moving the machine, and she's going up and she's going down. Okay, Miss Johnson, I need you to move to your left side. I moved to my left side. Okay, I need you to move to your right side. Matter of fact, let me check under here. And then, like, as soon as she said, let me check under here, all I heard from that particular point on is book and OR stat. Like,